Welcome to the channel on the surf. Here is the family, Sandra, Hector and Jack. My name is Jimmy and we are the family that lives on the surf. Yeah, so it's finally here. The heater for the boat. So let's open it and see if they sent me the correct one. That's one of the reasons I haven't uploaded any videos lately. Not as frequency as I used to. Yeah, I ordered one and they sent me the wrong one. So long story short, this is what they sent me this time. Whoa! That one we are gonna use, but not for this heater. This crappy fuel line. That one I'm not gonna use in the boat. But here's the interesting Haha! Oh, it's so cute. Remote control, display, some kind of speaker as well. Remote actually feels nice compared to some other cheap plastic ones. Standard fuel pump. But here it is. The 2 kilowatt heater. And that's the 2 kilowatt one. Here's a 5. Really big difference. This one I can fit basically anywhere. So compare some sizes. The exhaust. Let's see if it's the same size. This is the 2 kilowatt one. This is the one I got with the big heater. So yeah, the exhaust hose and the silencers are the same. And yeah, this is a much bigger one. So why am I not just mounting the big one? Yeah, I'm gonna mount 2, and 2 of these big ones is definitely too much for the boat. This is actually labeled 8 kilowatts, but the 5 and the 8 kilowatt heaters are exactly the same dimensions. If I understand it correctly, it's the only difference between the 5 and the 8 is in the ECU, the software. They're just forcing more fuel and air into it and then it makes 8 kilowatt, but the 2 kilowatt is a lot smaller. And let's see if I can flip this. The outlet is a lot bigger. So what I'm thinking about is this 2 kilowatts heater I'm gonna split using some kind of T. So this one is gonna be set up to the aft cabin and the doghouse, and the big one split it into 3 or 4, but it's basically gonna heat up the main compartment down in the boat because that's the biggest one, and it's also gonna have an outlet to the doghouse and a small one into the toilet. And I'm thinking of adding one vent to blow out hot air on the windscreen to get fog and stuff like that out. And this one you can hook up to your phone through some kind of app as well. We will see how that goes. Yeah, these mufflers are not even close to sealed. They are leaking everywhere, so you can't mount them inside, not normally anyway. But I went to a welder. He helped me seal this up. So of course I'm gonna double check it with some soap water around the wells and put a bit of pressure in it, but it's just to make sure that it's totally sealed. But now it's safe to put inside the boat. But since I've welded it up, it needs to be mounted vertical like this, because since it's sealed up and the drain hole is plugged, eventually there's gonna be some condensation, so you need to mount it vertical so it will drain out. Otherwise it will fill up and clog the pipe, and the heater will stall. So we're gonna save this for when it's time to mount it in the boat. But right now we are gonna hook up this 2 kilowatt heater and try to understand the settings and menus and stuff like that, because that one has a display that I have never worked with before. So I'm just gonna hook it up real quick and see how it performs. I have hooked up the small one, just using some small stands, the small tank, battery, and the display. And yeah, I have also hooked up the exhaust so it goes out into the wood burner just to get the exhaust out. Hopefully that will work. We will see. So let's turn it on.
Start heating.
And yeah, I didn't prime it, so we're probably gonna get a couple of fault codes and need to restart it. But this one has a Bluetooth as well, so let's see. I'm just gonna go through the instructions. Yeah, I have been spending a lot of time online, on YouTube, on everywhere I can find, but I can't find any instructions, and I've tried every button combination on how to prime this pump. But yeah, there is probably one way, but I just turned the heater on and off a couple of times. And hopefully this is the last time, since the fuel is up there, so it's only like 10 centimeters left. So hopefully when the pump starts ticking next time, the heater will come to life. We will see. Yeah, it should come to life now. The fuel level is inside the pipe, so now it's just gonna go up and into the burn chamber. So hopefully any second now it will come to life. Yep. It's roaring to life. I can hear it. And yeah, I'm running it without any muffler or silencer. Ja, vad är det, Hector? Ja, inte nu. Jag har precis startat värmen här nu. So yeah, it seems to work. and my setup is actually working. The exhaust is going out. That's really good. And yeah, it's making heat. And yeah, it works basically the same as my other Chinese heaters. And yeah, if you have, you can scan this pixel and get the installation in a PDF or something, maybe. And yeah, it does exactly the same as all the other Chinese diesel heaters I've played around with. At startup, it's going into the maximum mode, so fuel pump, fans, everything is just going on maximum, and once it feels like yeah, everything works, I'm up and running and so on, everything cools down. So right now it's set to 8 degrees, the lowest possible setting. So let's turn it up to the max. Let's see how high. 36 is the maximum setting. 36 degrees Celsius. So yeah, now it's gearing up. It's actually really quiet. I don't even think I'm gonna worry about running it with the silencer, because those one are basically all the silencer you get with the heaters are not airtight. They leak like a lot, so you don't want to put them in a boat or inside somewhere. So my plan was to drop them off at a friend's, and he would help me weld it shut. But they are really quiet, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. This is at its maximum highest setting, so the biggest noise is actually from the air fan, not the exhaust. So let's turn it down. So when it hits its set temperature, it goes down to the minimum mode. It doesn't turn off like most of the heaters. They don't do that. They just go down to idle. So this is idle. I will just let it cool down. Yeah. So let's turn it off. And this one actually speaks back to you. So if you have it in an area where you don't always see it, but you can hear it. So like it happened to me a couple of times when I did this, since I didn't prime the fuel line. It actually said startup failure. Really nice feature. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Now I'm just gonna let all this cool down, then we will disassemble it, get the fuel from the small tank into the big one, and disconnect everything. That's it so far. So that's that. It worked really great, and it was actually quite quiet. So maybe I don't even need the muffler, but we are gonna compare that when we are mounting it in the boat. But the other one, the big one, we build another thing with that, we have made this. I took my old computer case from when I was a kid, mounted the heater inside, the display is there, and it's with a long cable, so I can detach that and put wherever I want it. So because the display is the thermostat, I can have the whole heater outside of a tent or whatever and bring the thermostat inside. And inside there are I think it was a 55 amp hour car battery, and I mounted some handles on it, so it's basically a solid standalone heater. I'm just gonna put 2 bolts here, one there, and connect the wires to that, so I can just hook up a battery charger and make it run basically forever, as long as it's filled up with diesel. But if all the numbers are correct and the battery is in good condition, this should run for about 10 hours on the battery alone without charger. So when I'm, for example, out working on the boat or whatever, I can just bring the whole box with me, press on, and I have instant heat on site with no electricity. But I made a video about that, or I'm gonna do, at least, but that's for another day. But that small one's going in the boat, so it's an upcoming video on that. The workboard is really big still, so yeah. A lot of videos are coming, so stay tuned, like and subscribe. See you next week.